I grew up in the country of Lebanon, and that was Beirut City. Started driving at a very early age of 13 years old. And when I acquired my first 1973 GTV Junior, at one point I was driving very, very aggressively and happened to pass a taxi cab sideways on a corner. And little did I know is that in that taxi cab was my father. So when I got home, the first thing he said to me was, "May I have the keys?" And obviously I realized that my dad was in that cab that I passed going very, very fast, completely sideways. And my dad told me a little story. He said, "Do you know what the cab driver told me when you passed us like a maniac?" I said, "No." He goes, "I don't blame this generation. It's not his fault. It's his idiot dad who got him this car." My name is Manuel Leon Minassian. I collect cars for a hobby. I've been doing this for almost 22 years. I have quite a large collection, and I cannot put a finger on the exact number. After 2003, I kind of kicked things up a notch and started buying cars like some people would buy tacos. It's gotten to a point where it's a little embarrassing for me to say how many cars I have, but I have quite a few.
Can we ask about what your wife thinks, or is that not?
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Okay.
When I first found the Berlina, it was extremely ugly. It was white and it was missing everything. It did not have a motor. It did not have a transmission. It had over 100 stickers all over it. Mainly the ones that stood out were the ones on the rear fender arches that said rust, rust on both sides. And we had kind of eased out the tire fitment with a baseball bat just so that the car doesn't touch, because we had some very fat BBS wheels on it. I tend to collect cars that don't necessarily have a very large value, as opposed to how much I like the car and how much fun it is to drive. I've prepared this Berlina that's dual purpose, usable as a track car, but is also street legal. No expense was spared in this car. It was more or less done to my liking, so I kind of went for it all the way. After doing this for almost 20 years, I've kind of taken to driving the Berlina more. It's nimble, it's fast, it's loud. It does not have too many options, and it definitely gives me a lot of joy. You know this whole saying about drive it like you stole it. That's something I do quite well. A lot of times, even my close people or friends who see the cars or come in here and realize how many I have definitely think I would be classified as a certifiable car collector, Alfa Romeo nut. As a young boy, I always wanted to have at least 10 cars. I got to be really good at finding cars, and it just got really out of control and haywire. Now I just buy, it's more like an impulse buy. I like to buy things where I do have the same car, I don't need another one, but I did find it and it is a pretty good deal, so I just go for it. It's psychotic.